Like I was saying earlier, it's to me a little symbolic of where I was a year ago, and the work that I've put in, and those around me who have helped me get to this point. So it's fun, but I still feel like there's lots of work to be done with both personally and with our entire team. So,
Will, was there a point when you committed your transition and you thought this was over and it wasn't going to happen? I mean, you were done here.
Yes, there was. There was a time where I wasn't concerned with getting back on a team, getting back on this team. I was concerned about getting right what I had to in my personal life with my family and friends. And so I'd say there was a period of time where I wasn't thinking about football, what that future would look like.
And you were concerned that they may not let you back too?
Sure. I mean, I think there was a concern that there was a huge breach of trust multiple times, and the early conversations that we had weren't about football. And sure, I mean, I was worried that I wouldn't have this back. But I think it's a testament to people around me helping me and slowly building back that trust that they have allowed me this chance. So,
when you have four people, like you mentioned, that emotionally invested in you, I mean, does that sort of raise the stakes for you that you want to prove that?
Yes, it was really, really important. I think the four of them each wanted the same goal for me. They wanted me to become that person that can be trusted, that leader. But they had each of them had completely different avenues to get to that point. So it was important for me. I mean, literally 4 times a week with each respective person, going and hearing the story a little different way from each of them. But they were incredibly powerful meetings, and by the way, those meetings don't end once you're reinstated to the team. I still meet with all 4 of them, and that process is still happening. So
you meet each one individually
Yes.
each week.
Yes.
How long do those meetings last? You mentioned.
I mean, it depends. Sometimes as simple as just how are things and a simple conversation. Sometimes they're 2-3 hours. So it can really depend with each person with each week, but.
Was that a condition of them letting you back, or was that something you wanted to do?
No, that was me. Again, there was a period where I wasn't thinking about football. I was thinking about the people that I'd let down, and where the situation I found myself in was not how I envisioned college turning out, and I wanted to turn things around. And I think Greg Harden initially recommended that I see Wendy, and I was really open to that. I trust him a lot. And the conversations about returning to the team didn't happen for a couple months. So it wasn't I wouldn't say it was a condition of returning to the team. They just wanted me to get better. So
When did you find out you were reinstated? Like, was there a day that Brady says, okay, you're back on?
Yeah, I think it was last May. There were some conversations leading up to it, like we're going to have some specifics to talk about in a week or so, and then he laid out the conditions of my return, and obviously it was a big moment for my family and me. So.
And you're stepping back into sort of a different situation with Matt Weil having started last year. What has that competition been like, and how are you approaching it?
I think there's always been good competition between the two of us. It doesn't necessarily change how I approach practice. I mean, I'm always trying to do as well as I can. I think it's fun to have 3 guys really with Kenny, who are good at the position and can perform well. I think it's good for our team when you have that. But I mean, I think he did a really good job last year, and it'll be a good competition until our first game, I'm sure. So.
Have you been able to sort of pick up where you left off in terms of what you're doing as a player?
I feel like I've grown a lot as a player. I think physically there's probably not much difference, but I think my mentality and how I treat each practice as an opportunity rather than just kind of for granted, I think that's helped me with competition. I only have 1 season left. I promise I won't be here for 6. But I mean, I definitely think I'm more focused than I ever have been, which helps. So.
Obviously, don't know what your day-to-day was like before. Do you feel like you've changed how you approach your daily routine? If you go out or how you study, has that all changed?
Yes, my priorities are entirely different than what they were, and I definitely made some mistakes before, and I feel like I would have kept making those mistakes had I not really faced it and had the coaches and my counselors helped me face that. So definitely, I mean, there's huge changes in what my life is like now.
And you had gotten the Big Ten Punter of the Year award, and then a couple days. It was shortly after that, I think.
A week, yeah.
I mean, what do you think of when you think about that week and how the high and then the extreme low?
I think of it as just a part of me growing up, and I mean, I think everybody goes through, especially a time like this when you're in college, you go through ups and downs, and for me, it just happened to be, sort of more public. But I'm proud of what I accomplished on the fields. I'm not proud of some of the things I did off the field, but I think that both were necessary to bring me where I am today.